Now that we have our exterior and interior walls drawn, we can go about the process of placing in our doorways into our Revit project. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to start by zooming in on our first floor plan. And this is the area where our front door is going to be located. And traditionally, whenever you're going to be placing doors inside of a house, you like to have them be numbered in sequence consecutively from the front door. So I'm going to come up here to our door command, choose off the pull-down list, front door. After selecting onto the door, you'll see this little circle with kind of a line going through it. What that indicates is that there's nothing to place the door up against as of this moment. I sometimes joke and call it my no smoking sign because it's kind of what it looks like. But the reality of it is that it'll go away the second that you touch a wall. Doors require walls in order for them to be constructed and built, which kind of makes sense because you can't install a door without a wall or something to attach it to in real life either. In this case, I'm going to place my front door here at the front of the house. And I'd like it to be roughly 2'6" off the corner of the house here. I'm going to hit the space bar to flip it to the other side, and then I'm going to click in order to place the front door. Now, you might remember that one of the things that I said is that this should always start with number 1, and we kind of number our doors consecutively from that point on. Unfortunately, right now, this is listing out as being door number 14. We don't want this to be door number 14, so in order to be able to fix that, I'm going to hit escape a couple of times to get out of the door command, and then I'm going to try to move my mouse over here where the number 14 is at. If I kept moving my mouse around, eventually I'd get the number 14, the highlight. You just kind of saw it highlight there for just a moment. And then I could click on this, click on the number 14, and just type in any number that I'd wanted to. In this case, it'd be the number 1. One of the things that I actually find easier is to select on the door first. Then, underneath Properties, change this from being marked number 14 to be number 1. Then if you move your mouse outside the Properties box here, you'll see it automatically changes that number so that this door is now door number 1. The advantage of that, other than the fact that, well, this should be door number 1, is that every door that we place from here on out is going to continue on with that numbering sequence. So the next door that we place, in this case, is going to be a door leading into our bedroom, a single flush 36 by 80, will now be door number 2. When I'm placing this door in, I always like to have these doors be at least 1 foot 10 inch off of the nearest wall. And I'll go ahead and click now that I have this 1 foot 10 inch dimension in place. You can see this is door number 2. It's keeping it in sequence. And this is 4 inches off of the wall. Now the real reason why I like to have it 4 inches off of the wall is because that's how big of a distance you need in order to be able to easily have a piece of trim going around the exterior of your door, or have your door frame be able to actually fit into the wall and be able to be securely attached to the wall without smashing into the wall it's sitting right next to. So it's just a nice clean construction technique to keep it at least 4 inches off of the wall that it's swinging toward. Next, we have this bathroom area. And I'm going to keep with that rule of 1 foot 10 off of the wall. And click when you achieve that. Here you can see that this is door number 3, 2, 1, and all the other doors we'll be placing, regardless of the type. We'll continue this numbering sequence around through our project. Next, I'm going to place a door right here. So I'm going to activate the door command. And this door isn't going to be the same type of door we've been using. This one's going to be a closet door. So I'm going to use the 60 by 80 door, and I'm going to place it here in the wall. And I'm just going to center it right in that space. In this case, you can see it's 2 foot 10 and a half on each side. I'll click, and now we have door number 4, and it's a closet door leading to the closet space. The next area we want to do is the pantry. It's right up here. It's going to be a single flush door, 36 by 80. And I'm going to have this swing out into the room. If you ever want to flip the door swing, remember you can just hit the space bar here, and it'll flip it from being a right-hand swing to being a left-hand swing. And I'll click to place it. Now there's one more door we need to place up on this level, and that's going to be doors that are going to be leading out to our back porch, which is going to be out here in the back of our building. I'm going to select on the doors again, and this time I'm going to choose this double glass one. It's sort of like your typical French doors, and it can swing either in or out. In this case, I want this door to be able to swing into our space. It's kind of more traditional. It's a better way for the doors to swing in whenever you're dealing with doors are leading either in or out of a building. If it's a residential, they usually swing in. Oftentimes, if it's commercial, they'll oftentimes swing out. So since this is a residential unit, the doors are going to swing in. And this needs to be at least 6 foot off of the edge of our house. And the reason why I'm choosing this dimension is going to help us get it centered nice and neat on the deck that we're going to have coming off the back of the building. So once I get that 6 foot dimension, I'm going to click, and now we have door number 6 swinging in and leading out to our soon-to-be deck. Now we need to go down into our lower level. So I'm going to double click on basement, open that one up, and we need to start by placing a door that's going to be leading into our utility room area. So I'm going to come up to door, select on door, and I'm going to pick the single flush 36 by 80 again, and I'm just going to center it in this opening right here. It's not a really big space, it just barely fits in here, but it does fit. Now I'm going to hit the space bar to flip it from being a right-hand swing to a left. You can see that's door number 7 there. The next door we're going to place is going to be door number 8. We'll keep it at 1'10". Hit the space bar to flip it to the other side and click. You'll notice as long as I don't hit escape too many times, it'll keep me inside of the door command. So I can keep placing these doors again and again and again fairly quickly, and just remembering to hit the space bar to flip it so it's on the correct side. Now there's one more door that we need to place, or actually 2 more doors that we need to place. The next is going to be right here. It's going to be our closet door. So I'm just going to select where it has single flush, and I'm going to do yet another closet door. This time we're going to try the 72 by 80. It's a rather large door, but it will fit in the space. I'll click here. You can see that that door is now in there. And finally, we need to do one more door so we can actually get in the bedroom to access that closet. And that's going to be, once again, a single flush door, 1'10" off the wall, swinging into the space, and this is our door number 11. Ultimately, we are going to have a 12th door. There will be a door that comes here and swings out, but that's going to be part of our curtain wall assembly when we have a nice big window coming along the back here, and we'll be designing that in future videos. In short, though, whenever we're going to be doing doors, just remember, if you want to place a door, you should always start with your front door, and that should be door number 1. As you place it around, it should be in sequence, so it's easy to find those doors if you're ever going to look up the sizes of the doors on a door schedule. If you want to have the door swing in or out, it all comes based on wherever your cursor is, whether it's on the outside of the wall or on the inside of the wall. That'll swing the door in that direction where your cursor is at. And finally, if you ever hit the space bar, that'll flip the door swing from being a left-hand swing door to being a right-hand swing door.